$0.95.
Special price $34.95, not regular price.
Sarah, what did I write down there?
He said, I would love to do this under 30 for tonight.
And they agreed to do it, folks. It's right there.
Who can say no to this?
Only when supplies last. I'm like your ambassador. I want to go to work to make sure you get the best deals. The caveat is they agreed to lower the price to $29.95. We're going to show you. You're going to get inks and stamps. Inks and stamps. 3 inks, all the stamps, for $29.95, but when they are sold out, there is no extended delivery option on it. So run to the phone. Producer Erin, how many of these are actually left at this stage? Okay, folks, only a couple thousand or so, that's it. This is a monster value.
I'm dying to tell you what they are, right? This is the brand new launch of our new ink pads. Now, you've seen us do the blendable ink pads as we've started you on your journey. You've seen us do the quick drying. We did those, absolutely blew them out last time we were here. These are opaque pigment ink pads. Now, what are opaque pigment ink pads? Easiest way is if I show you this little book and you can see all the different techniques you can do with them. Now, the opaque pigment ones are the ones that you can stamp and layer with. They are the ones that you use when you are heat embossing. But these aren't just ordinary opaque inks. These are the ones that you're going to be able to stamp onto a dark surface. So, for example, right, here is our Harmony ink pad. These aren't opaque, so if I put this onto black card, you can't see them, right? The opaque pigment ones, put this onto black card. Oh. Can you see? So you've got the colours, they all match. It's exactly the same shade of yellow. Yeah. It's just these are your water-based reactive ones. Yes. These are the ones, this will take ages to dry. They're the opposite of the quick dry. Okay. You know the quick dry dries straight away? Yeah. These ones take ages and ages so you can blend with them, so you can... Should we just go into some demos?
Let's do it.
Right, so let me show you. I've got one of the stamps here, and I'm going to take 3 shades, just like all of our inks. You're basically going to mix all the shades in. So you've got this lovely spongy textured surface we're going to work with, and we're going to be able to work from one colour straight into the next one. Lots of little light taps, right? So we can get from blending from one to the next. Then we can go into the next one. We do all of these in varying shades, just like we do all of our inks. Now, can you see we've gone from light to medium to dark? Oh, I love the colour work here. Love that effect.
Talented team they are.
I don't see where my stamp pad is.
Stamp pad.
No, so we're just going to stamp without it. Let's see if we can get all the way down. Can we get all the way down? Yes, right. Look at that. Look at now. That is the most beautiful detailed ombre effect. Now, I challenge you, any of you at home with opaque pigment ink pads, you won't get that level of detail. Do yours just look like a big splodgy mess? Because I tell you what, all the opaque pigment ink pads I've ever worked with do. This is what opaque pigment ink pads, they've got a long open time, which means that you can go over them with your embossing powder. And I'm using a very, very fine detail embossing powder here, Adam, so that when I start and heat this now, and the camera will see this start to turn, I want you to get super close. That's it, guys. I want you to get super close and see what happens when that turns. In fact, you know what I'll do? I'll heat it from the back. So when this turns, you can see we will not lose any of that detail. Can you see it's starting to turn?
I see it.
I love heat embossing. Now, the biggest disappointment when people do heat embossing is you can never work with the stamps this detailed because they will literally lose all of that detail. We've got that beautiful fine detail, but with an unbelievable ombre effect from one to the other. Can you see? So we get that lovely finish mixing from one to the next. There are so many techniques. Now, I need to explain what we have done, in the set.
So, because this is big, I mean huge. We have right now 1,000 people dialing in, folks. If you want it, you need to start to run to the phone or go online at hsn.com. You get the whole thing.
Now, what I've done is I've tried to choose beautiful colours which will blend together. Yes. And in each pack, I've given you 3 colours which are going to be different colours and all blend together, but then also 2 collections of stamps that work perfectly with the opaque pigment. So these are brilliant for you getting into opaque pigments. All of the techniques we've done on YouTube all kind of back this up, right?
Flowers and frames.
Flowers and frames. The one that you've got over there with the beautiful pinks. Adam, once I bring in a couple of these cards.
This is Floral Delights.
I mean, look at these. Look at the effect that you're going to get. Can you see it's that lovely kind of chalky finish, but that you then emboss with? Now, the third set is kind of like the essential set because it's got your white. Because it's opaque, you can emboss onto your white here. So you've got the white, you've also got the black, and then you get that beautiful fuchsia in there with all of your core sentiments in there too, right?
Nobody does inks like Crafter's Companion. We know that by now.
And I know you're building up your collection with us. This is the last development of Inkpad styles.
Okay.
And all of these colours match perfectly into all of the other inks that we do.
Okay.
So that when you're building up your collection and you're blending your backgrounds, then doing your quick dry stamping over the top, then doing your embossing on top of that, everything matches perfectly. The colours are exactly the same in the quick dry as in the water reactive as now in the opaque pigments, all right?
We are very busy. Darlene is in Texas and also now on HSN. Darlene, thank you for joining our craft event. Darlene, say hi to Sarah.
Hello. Hi, Darlene.
How are you?
Oh, pretty excited, darling. I have been waiting all day so patiently to be able to come and do this launch tonight of these incredible Inkpads. So patiently, darling.
I just wanted to call in and say thank you so much for all of your wonderful products.
Oh, thank you.
Today.
What have you been treating yourself to today, Darlene?
Well, my poinsettia perfection arrived today.
Well, you are so naughty, darling, because we haven't even shown you that yet. That's coming up later this hour.
The double-sided dies.
Darlene,
she's got it all.
Darlene, you've been super naughty. They're coming up later in the next show.
You bought our entire show before we've even revealed them, Darlene. How are you doing this? That's amazing.
Darlene, you sound to me like a super fan. You sound to me, darling, like a super fan.
I am. I can't get enough, Sarah. I really can't. And I just, again,
fabulous.
Thank you so much. You make me feel like a pro.
Do you know, that's the idea, darling. I want you to be able to do this, even if you're completely brand new. Look at this. Right, darling, can you see the screen while we're chatting? So, so these ink pads, you would think that would be dry. Oh no, that's not dry, because the open time on these is so long compared to any other opaque pigment ink pad. So can you see, I'm just covering that now. In the embossing powder, we can get that enameling effect, even though we've literally been taking our time and blending that on there. So now I'm going to enamel with all of these ink pads. You would never, Darlene, have been able to even dream of doing this with any other brands of opaque pigment ink pads like this.
No way. That is absolutely beautiful. It's amazing.
Darlene, we love you. Thank you so much for taking the time to speak to us. Enjoy all your new things.
Darlene, sending huge hugs through the TV screen there.
I shouldn't say what I'm about to say, but it's really important that I do say this, everybody, because if I was you, I would want to know this. The entire show is loaded with good stuff, but if you want to know on the down low what is perhaps the biggest value of the show, it is this item. I know you've bought a lot today, and I know it might be that one last thing. Remember, it'll be free shipping, but I'm not kidding around when I tell you, look how good that looks. Guys, honestly, I tell you, I always tell you maybe more than I should, but you know, we're all friends here.
You look after everybody, and that's why they all love you.
And I want you to know when something special happens. This was supposed to be $35. It was $35 up until about 35 minutes ago.
Yeah.
I'm not allowed to show you this, but that's what it's on there. They agreed to lower it to $29.95 because a gentleman named Marty, who works backstage, helped me speak to the team. In terms of deals, you really should buy this. On the down low, it's probably the biggest value of the entire show. You get 3 inks, you get the stamps, you get all of it for less than $30. And of course, you're getting the free shipping if you already bought something. I mean, am I being fair, Sarah? Come on.
Do you know what you're telling everybody? Well, no,
it's the truth.
He's really looked after you here. Really looked after you. And do you know what? These are going to be, well, they already are, the most talked about ink pads that are out there. I mean, literally, everybody can't get enough of these. The white, right?
Yes,
You must go for the set with the white in, right? That's not a suggestion on my part. Look at this. I want you to see, stamping onto the black, just what a fantastic finish you get on them.
Beautiful.
What I've done is I've stamped mine and I've let them dry.
Yes.
What about if I said to you, you can now come in with your coloured pencils and we can colour onto black card. So let's have a look. We'll take a pink, we'll take a lemon, we'll take a bit of a purple. Watch this one here. Okay. Colouring onto black card. Yeah. Because the white has completely obliterated in the background. Adam, you would never be able to achieve this with another type of ink pad.
Right, right.
Soon as, for a hardcore crafter, we have one in our team, as soon as she saw me blending these onto black card, she just said, that's it. Like, as a crafter, this is a complete no-brainer. You have to have this. I mean, look at this one here. Look at how incredible that looks when you start colouring over the base like that.
We have a quick question.
How simple.
The embossing powder,
Yes.
where can we get the embossing powder?
Right, okay, so we have the embossing powder as well. Yeah. What we've done is, because the white opaque one is the one you're going to use the most, we did an extra bundle with the white opaque and our super fine detail embossing powder. Now, people always think, oh, I have to get embossing powders in loads of colours. Right. You don't. Once you've got the ink pads in the colours, you've then got the ink pad for the chalky effect, you've got the ink pad for the blending, you've got the ink pad that you can do the ombre effect, then you can do your embossing onto everything.
For the embossing powder in the kit, it's $9.95, but there's only 300. Yeah, but there's only 300. So if you want the embossing powder, and I know that it was Erin who asked, and also Hannah Law asked as well, please, 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 absolutely make sure you add it to your order. And again, you're going to get the free shipping and handling to go along with it. Just, you get so much for so little, and it's the quality. We'll talk a little bit about the inks in a few moments because I have a surprise up my sleeves for you. We'll take the phone call in the next presentation. Final words on this one, Sar.
Look at these, right. All I'm doing is I am blending, I'm using the latest technology, the latest ink pads that are out here to get the most incredible detail that is just totally unheard of in a Pigment ink pad. For all of you hardcore crafters out there, they're going to be screaming at the screen right now, Adam, saying, how on earth has she managed to do that? How on earth have we managed to get that level of detail, but then such a long open time that I could cover this now in embossing powder and it can, look how well it sticks straight away, so that you can get these sort of effect. I mean, Adam, they are our latest ink pad launch. There are so many incredible techniques you can do with them, and to get them with the sets of stamps where I've planned out all them techniques already, we're kind of thinking what you're going to want to do.
We love to surprise you. That's the thing, that we want to give you more, so when you open it up at home, you get excited. Thank you for all your orders. Final couple hundred before it's sold out. All right, I said I have a surprise for you. Last time Sarah was here, after the show, I received a huge number of emails from folks said, wait, I wanted the mega bundle, but it's sold out. I've got it, we've got it, and it's here. Only you are going to see this tonight. Sarah,